Welcome back to the Mateo Lopez Experience. The reason I'm making this video is because I was reading a page of the Daily Stoic, as I do every morning, and I think the author got today's page a little bit wrong, and I'll say why in this video. See, in this page he talks a lot about that kind of gut instinct feeling and not trusting that. Hey, shut the fuck up, bird! And not trusting that, and instead choosing things rationally. And I think for a lot of examples, that is a very good thing, to look at things rationally and then be like, okay, this is better, this is better. Okay, why am I thinking this way? No, instead, let's tweak that because that was actually an incorrect assumption that I've held for 2 years. Let's change this up. Hey, shut the fuck up, bird! I love doing that, even though I know they're just not gonna do shit. Honestly, if a bird cawing pisses you off, you're a pussy. Alright, that's all I'm gonna say. So I was looking at this page and I was thinking, is this correct? Now, I've had gut feelings, reactions before. And I think they lead me to places and they give me to the right decisions a lot more often than I think the author gives them credit to. It is very good to test your impression and to make a lot of decisions rationally. I think most decisions make rationally. Don't just reside on, okay, does it feel right in the moment? That's going to lead you up to bad actions, especially in the future. It's not going to be very, very good. However, oftentimes, where's my train of thought going? Yes, trusting things just based on what you feel is not a good idea. However, when you are focused, when you are directed, when you are in a flow state, is when your gut feeling is at its absolute strongest. And I really think that is when it's the main point when you should trust your gut feeling and act on it. And when those life and death split second scenarios, it's in those moments when you just feel something, you just feel this overarching feeling because you are so fucking present and focused. Not when you're doing stupid shit in the middle of nowhere. When you are suddenly faced with something and then you're just taking away from your thoughts and just focused on this, is when it's strongest. It doesn't even have to be like some 10 minutes focusing on work kind of thing. It's just like busy intersection. We'll take the busy intersection example later. And then boom, focus. Okay, think about this. It's really important. I only have 5 seconds, even less, to make this split-second decision that might change my life. Choose the right answer. We're talking about the case study later. I do believe your instinct is very strong, and I think where a lot of people go wrong is when they make decisions based on their instincts, is it's not actually your gut feeling instinct. It's based off what you think is your gut feeling instinct, which is actually perhaps anxiety or some underlying message or behavior that you didn't recognize before. That is actually what you think is your gut feeling that you've been letting run some of your decisions, and I think that's incorrect. Make a lot of decisions rationally. When the time comes and you feel that your gut real instinct, I think can lead you to good, correct places. Now, what was I gonna say? Comes out. Oh yes, there was this case study. In this book, it says there are multiple case studies that rational decisions are better. But I remember hearing a rational decision versus instinct that was the opposite. It was in the book Deep Work. This I'm pretty sure. There was one group given a nice, serene walk, peaceful, to think about a problem that they was going to come. They had to answer within a few minutes. It was some big opportunity. We'll just leave it at that. Probably financial, like A, B, C, or D is how I imagined it. There's a bunch of options to choose from. They had a nice, serene 15-minute walk. Boom. They had some time to choose, and then they choose an answer. Okay, that was Group A. Group B was put right in the middle of a busy intersection. People jostling, pulling at them, pushing them. People moving all over, having to wait. Beep, 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 beep. Horns blaring. People yelling at each other from cars. I'm imagining typical New York. Cars are bumper to fucking bumper. And then after the same amount of time of that, they were then faced with the decision. After all the distractions, moving them and pushing them around, when they were faced with the decision, oftentimes the group B instinctively chose the better option for themselves. Now, not always. Of course, it can't be for everybody. But the majority, on average, did so. And I think sometimes, like I said, when you are suddenly taken from your distracting environment and just focus on something that's important, you can make the right decision. Maybe rationally, maybe instinctively. But a lot of people aren't even intact, aren't even in connection with their instincts. And I think it's because, why the fuck would you need it? You're going to school, 9 to 5. You want to go work, 9 to 5. You're not going to fucking need it. You're not like in serious danger when you're in split-second decisions to go and make the right choice to flee or stay, like fight or flight. Those things don't happen in the modern, like, safe society. They don't need to. So your instincts are still there. They're just untouched, unchanneled. They're like hidden under multiple equations for a squared plus b squared equals c squared. They're hidden under ways to algebraically solve the degrees for some fucking symbol that you're never gonna see ever again. So how do we find that? Easy, practice. The best way is to put yourself in scenarios, who gives a fuck, when you need to rely on that split-second fight or flight. When you're training, when you're sparring, and you get hurt pretty bad, what are you gonna do? That's instinct. That's not your brain thinking over, that's your body moving. That's what you want. You want to put yourself in a scenario when your mind's not gonna think, but your body's gonna act based on what it feels, and you can see your character in those moments too. That is how you train your instincts. That's how you find what is truly your gut feeling, and versus whatever is just you thought it was. That's all. That's all for this video. I think thinking rationally definitely has its place, and don't be like, okay, I have a big example, quick, punch me in the fucking jaw and I'll make a choice. Don't rely on that. Don't. That's something you build. Something you're gonna build for a little while you continue to think rationally. Because oftentimes, I'll say it, I do think instinctive choosing. Sorry, there's all this fucking wind. Let me wait for it to die down. Instinctive choosing can lead you to the right results, especially if it's like fight or flight on this instant moment, focus directed type shit. But still, rationally choose, because for a lot of times when you're just calm, serene, there's not a lot of things running through you, you can have the opportunity to run things rationally. Plus, test your impressions. Test if this is the right way to think, if you're even looking at it the right way. Because even if you had this instinctual reaction, but it wasn't even, you were like missing 50% of the problem, you'd probably end up with still the wrong outcome, if that makes sense. Test your impressions. I think certainly test your impressions. Make sure it's all correct, but don't give up on your instincts. Train your instincts, because when it's life or death, fight or flight, you're not gonna have 5 seconds to think, okay, is this impression correct? Am I truly in danger? No, you're gonna think. You're gonna think. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here. Hope you have a good one. Like and subscribe, or Chinese rainforest midget. Peace.